Hello, I'm Gary Lyon and welcome to the 2014 wash-up for the Carlton Football Club. Damo, there were mixed messages coming out of the Blues. 1 minute they were approaching the premiership clock when they were regenerating. Are they finally clear on where they're at?
No, they're not. And that's what they need to do between now and I'd say Christmas time, guys. Just work out exactly where they're at. Either way, if they are going to rebuild or if they sort of think they're competing, they're not going to win a premiership in 2015. But they need to get their heads around that collectively.
Well, they need to play like Bryce Gibbs did, and he was my highlight of the year for Carlton. I mean, this is a super talented first round, number one pick, of course, who showed glimpses but never really was able to go into the middle of the ground and just demand that he play there week in and week out. But this year he has, and it's been a joy to watch, to be honest. He's got a much harder edge about him. He's got a confidence in his ability back. Look at this. There are options there to go short, but he said, no, I'll take the responsibility, and I've loved watching it. Because
what was the key to it? The turnaround?
Well, maybe faith from his coach that he can play that really hard inside midfield role if needed to be. Whatever it was, the contract talk that was a bit distracting, he put that aside, he recommitted and played like an absolute star, so well done.
My highlight's more for the anticipation of this man going around again, Chris Judd, because at most of 2014 he was messaging from people close to him where I'm out. But yeah, made the decision late in the year to go around again, then had some quiet games, came back late again on that. But I'm really glad he's not lost a footy at the end of 2014.
And your next highlight, try and grab someone other than the captain or the Brownlow medalist. There was doubt about it, Damo, too, because he came back in round 5. He lasted a minute. He was going quicker than anyone else in the history of the game at this stage. The GPS told him that.
Which is what was a highlight to see him come back from this case.
Well, fair enough. No, I think we're all concerned. I was. I'm a great, as you know, great Juddy man. And we just thought, well, is this father time finally catching up with the champ? He was slow start to the year. He had a long layoff, but the great news is he came back and played some of the great footy that we know, and he's recommitted. So what about you?
My highlights came off field, guys. There's just too many incidents off the field for this footy club. Garlett and Robinson had a big night out, and we've all done that, but you then don't want to get yourself into a brawl, but then you don't want to lie about not being involved in the brawl. And that's the issue for Robinson. And look, they love him down there at Carlton, and he might still stay at Carlton, but right now he has lied to the footy club, and he's also had a problem with not covering enough for Garlett. So that's an issue for him. And as for what Josh Bootsma did even prior to that, issues that they just should not have to deal with.
Good one. Christmas bonus this time of year for me. And this is one of the great Christmas bonuses of the whole 18 clubs, is Sam Rowe, a man that's had his issues, had massive fight from a personal level, which is more important than footy, and overcame cancer, and has worked his way back in. They tried him everywhere, they gave him some chance, and for me, he consolidated a spot as a key defender. Took on some of the big-name forwards, played with confidence as the year rolled on, and if anyone is as deserving as a Christmas bonus than this man, Sam Rowe, I'd like to see him.
Yeah, I like that one. I like that one. Andres Everett started this year at his third club, having been at the Bulldogs in Sydney. I wasn't sure where he was going to fit in. I don't think he knew himself early in the year, but then had some very good roles as a run-with player, /tagger, creative, goal kicker on occasion. Liked it, got injured late in the piece, and Carlton missed him. But I thought there was enough to see in 2014 to think that there's a very crucial role for him next year.
Big bonus or just
no, wouldn't be given a big bonus, but just enough to sort of keep him happy and content with where he's at.
Fair enough.
Chopping block?
Well, I reckon the club and Matthew Cruz are at a stage in this man's life, and this is he could do a Bryce Gibbs and come over the top and prove everyone wrong, but his body hasn't allowed him to do it. And if what you say is right, they're not quite sure where they're at, and they are serious about the rebuild. I wouldn't say this man is a definitive he's gone, but I think the exploration of what they would get for Matty Cruiser is worth doing.
Should look at it? Yeah, okay. Matty Watson, staggering story. He was gone, and then Tilly kicked 4 goals and nearly won the game in round 23 against Essendon. Certainly fattened himself up by way of being an option for another footy club and for Carlton to get something with him. Kane Lucas just hasn't worked. First round draft pick from a few years ago. Almost certainly won't be there next year. All
right, what do they need to do to improve? I guess that's the question. Smart decision-making at the trade table for me. The Daisy Thomas one was a big risk, and who knows whether that's going to pay off or not. If he gets a good pre-season and a hard run at it, that might be the case. Sean Higgins is a name that's been bandied around. Now, I've got nothing against Sean Higgins. I'm just not sure he's the sort of player they should put their eggs in the basket. I would look at Kane Lucas and say, well, Sean Higgins, Kane Lucas, we've got one of those already. Maybe we can fix him. So really smart decision-making for me over the trade period.
OK, I'm going for the need for them as a key tool. You mentioned Rowe came of age, as Casbolt has done to a point. Waits, look, all messaging is that he's not going to be there, Gaz. They need a couple of Henderson. Look, he needs to also get himself right, but key tool is what I believe to be the key for them next year. Jamison's been very, very serviceable for a long time, but not getting any younger, and is not going to impact the course of the season.
So you're really agreeing with me, so that's nice. What about the predictor? You've got up, down or stagnant?
I've got them going up, but it's on the back of not being able to win or draw, as in round 23. No, not that far up, but just up. But on the not being able to win those 14 points or less matches, guys. 8 of them this year. Give them 4 and they go up.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I think they'll stay around the mark, don't they? They've got some issues that they've got to correct at the draft table. So
what's the first club that's not going up in your estimations in the wash-up? So well done.
Damo, I think you don't need to go and change your shirt because you're getting washed out with the backdrop there, a bit like your predictions. That is it for the wash-up for the Blues in 2014.